We about to do some real audio engineering over here. Ahoy, mateys. Welcome back to Rough Seas Report. As you can tell, I am sick. I just rushed. Well, actually, I left work early. Didn't really need me, and I felt like my time was better spent gushing about all the new Granblue cards. Again, sorry for the sniffling and the stuffiness, but can't control it right now. I'm drinking tons of water and tea and no sugar, but it's still kicking my butt. Anyway, we're gonna power through, and we're gonna talk about these cards in order of their grades that we've gotten, because it's been a while. Also, background is new. I have moved apartments, so there's nothing in the background except for boxes and all kinds of stuff like back there and whatnot. Also, they decided to start cutting grass as soon as they started recording, so we'll see how this goes. We're going to start with Grade 1 Ripple Banshee. It is one of the triple R's in the set other than Greed Shade. It's got 8,000 power, 10,000 shield. Its ability is auto in the rearguard circle. When placed from the drop zone, costs Soul Blast 1, draw a card. This unit gets power plus 4,000 until end of turn. So then that power makes it a 12k, which 12k boost is pretty common for Granblue. Like Danny Guy Mario can get that. I personally play Skeleton Bomber. I know it's a stupid card and is not great, but it's a heck of a lot of fun, so I play it. But I can get the 12k power as well to boost. So this is right in there as well. The Soul Blast 1 is pretty heavy if you're focusing around Baskirk, and we'll get to Cocytus later, but Cocytus does not use Soul, so that's pretty important. But to be able to draw a card and get power, that's really good. That's really good. So I like Ripple Banshee a lot. I don't think a solid 4 of, because I need my grade 1s, but I could probably put 2 in somewhere. I could probably make through. Actually, probably cut Norman the Ghosty if we're being honest. But I plan on making a separate video for me theory crafting decks and whatnot when everything else is out. But I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So the next grade 1 is Skeleton Sniper. It's an 8k power, 10k shield. Auto when it's retired from the rearguard circle, you may put 2 cards from the top of your deck into your drop zone. So it has to be retired, which calling on top of it would retire it. Has to be retired from the rearguard specifically, so you can't guard with it. And then when it's retired from the guardian circle, you're not able to mill because it's guardian circle, not the rearguard circle. But yeah, you can call on top of it if you're playing a very retire heavy meta. Then maybe throw a couple of these in there, but I don't think Granblue really wants this in the normal build. Maybe in a budget version, but not with all the other awesome grade 1s that we have. So moving on to the grade 2s, Punching Franguru and Kicking Frangaru. I'm going to talk about them together because hopefully I can do enough movie magic where you can see the each of these guys are in the other's art. And I love the art so much. It's so cool. It's just so pretty. The cards are not good though. So we'll do Punching Franguru first. So act on the rearguard circle. Cost Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 2. And call a card from your drop zone to rearguard circle. If you called Kicking Frangaru, Countercharge 1 and Soul Charge 1. So you're still losing a soul. You're still Soul Blasting 1. So that's really unfortunate. And it is a specific call. So I don't like that. Also, both these cards are grade 2s. And we have way better grade 2s in the deck. And Discord is popping off apparently. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's driving me crazy. Yeah, we have Ruin Shade, Captain Night Mist, Greed Shade. Like those are all really good cards. And then we have Commodore Blue Blood too, but that card's probably gonna get phased out. Especially with the next card that we'll talk after the Kicking Frangaru. We'll talk about the card that will probably replace it. Anyway, So yeah, it's cool. I'm not saying that it's absolute garbage. It could be a fun budget version for sure, which is something Granblue didn't really have before. They didn't really have the means for a budget build. You had Cocytus or bust, because other than Cocytus, the only way to call Basskirk or bust. The only other way to call units would be with Captain Nightmist, and he even had a restriction. I mean, yes, you can call your Dancing Cutlasses, and then if you're going budget, you're probably going to play Skeleton Bombers. They can call themselves out and whatnot, but they only call themselves out. You have no way of getting Skull Dragon out except with the oh my gosh, I can't think of Captain Nightmist. That's the only way that you can get Skull Dragon out that way. Kicking Franguru, sorry. 9k power, 5k shield. Auto on the rearguard circle. 1 place from drop zone. 2 of your grade 2 rearguards get power plus 4,000 until end of turn. So that's nice. Make it stop. Okay. Kicking Franguru. Again, he's cool because he can give power to himself and also do punching Franguru, which I think is the whole gimmick behind it. Punching Franguru also, it can call anything else, but you specifically want to call kicking in order to replenish your cost. So essentially you would really only call kicking with punching. So they're not great. They're really not, but they're cool. I like the idea. I love the art. I hope we get a lot more really cool art like that in the set, even if the cards aren't great. I mean, I might mess around with like some of the best arts, make a really crap deck of the best arts just so I can look at them. Stormride Ghost Ship, 9k power, 5k shield, continuous from hand. This card cannot be normal called, and in parentheses it says it cannot be called to Guardian Circle either. So I know some people, when Skull Dragon was first out, some people would try to guard with him just to get him into the drop zone. But that is placing him, or calling him, I guess, to the guard circle. So you're still technically calling him. So that's no-go. But it's the same thing with this, essentially. So normally with a restriction like that, Stormride's got to be pretty good. So its second ability is auto on the rearguard circle. When it attacks, this unit gets power plus 15,000 until end of that battle. At the end of that battle, draw a card and retire this unit. So this card's really good. Like, it hits numbers. It can be 24 by itself, but then also protect circles exist as well. Yeah, protect circles. Isn't that weird? Or protect give twos, protect circles. Yeah, same thing really. So then it could be a 29, which depending on any defensive triggers or whatnot, it's pretty neat. And plus the fact that it lets you draw a card, that's solid. That's really solid. There's 2 forms of draw right now, and they're both not bad. Like, this card is essentially free. Stormride Ghost Ship is free. He just has to be called by another card effect. So, I like it. Although, he would be better on, or it'd be better off to call him early on compared to Skull Dragon, because he gives you card advantage, and he's still a pretty strong power. So, in order for Basskirk to get, not Basskirk, jeez. I'm so tired. Skull Dragon, in order for Skull Dragon to get to 24 or more, you have to have 6 cards in your drop. And that might not be possible, depending on how you're playing and what your opponent's playing. It might not be possible to get that amount. And plus, you might not even see it. I don't know what the grade 3 lineup numbers are going to be with all the new stuff, but you might not be running Skull Dragon as high as you were before, but we'll see. This card's really good. He's a really good double R. I like it a lot, and it's very similar to what its old card does. Maybe I'll do a video on that later when I compare like new V series cards to the old V series or to the old series versions of them. I think that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, moving on to our big forgot what I was gonna say. Cocytus. We're doing Cocytus now. So 12k power and protect, because he's a VR. His first ability is continuous on the Vanguard Circle. During your turn, if your drop zone has 10 or more cards, this unit gets power plus 10,000. If it has 20 or more cards, it gets power plus 20,000 and critical plus 1 instead of just plus 10,000. So he's definitely a late game. He can get to the same number, literally the same exact number that Basker could get to by himself, just by having enough cards in your drop zone. And you should not be trying to get 20 cards in your drop zone the first time you ride it. That is awful. You don't want to do that as Granblue. You're just eating up too much resources. For early on, most players are going to let that extra damage go through. So not a good idea to try to rush to 20. Second ability, act on the Vanguard Circle. Once per turn, cost counterblast 1 and put 4 cards from the top of your deck into your drop zone. And call up to the number of grade 3 cards in your soul plus 2 from your drop zone to Vanguard Circle. In parentheses it says, if there's 1 grade 3, call up to 3 cards. I need to blow my nose after this. Okay, so it was really confusing for me at first, so I'll break it down a little bit more. Basically, if you have a grade 3 in your soul, you get to call 1 card plus 2. Because you have... I'm not doing a great job explaining this. You can call 1 card for every card in your soul that is a grade 3 plus 2. So you call 2 more than whatever you have. So if you don't have any other grade 3s in your soul, you get to call up to 2. But if you, let's say you rode Baskirk first, and then you rode Cocytus, then you're able to call 3 cards, which is essentially a full field with Granblue, which is nuts. It's really good. There's no restrictions on what you call either. So that's really solid, and it only costs a counterblast and milling 4, which you're probably not going to be using his effect all the time. You'll probably still want to rely on Ruin Shades and other cards. Maybe we might even still play Norman the Ghosty. I don't know right now, but like there are other ways to mill. But yeah, so essentially this is a better version of Baskirk. So Baskirk is on continuous on the Vanguard Circle. During your turn, if you drop someone that has 10 or more cards, he gets plus 5,000 and a critical. That's always during your turn, no matter what. And its second ability is act once per turn, Soul Blast 1, Counter Blast 1, call a unit from your drop zone. He gets 5,000 power for every grade it has. So generally, you're going to use Baskirk to call your Skull Dragons. So then making Baskirk by himself 32,000. And if you have Cocytus by himself, he then becomes 32,000 if you have 20 or more cards in your drop zone. So that's solid. I like it a lot. It essentially is a beefed up version of Baskirk. Baskirk eats up soul though, and Cocytus does not. Also, another fun trick to do. You could do it with Baskirk, and it was kind of cheeky, but you have Danny Guy Romario. If you ride Danny Guy Romario, then someone gives you a counterblast, or someone attacks you, so you have a counterblast. And then when you ride on top of Danny Guy Romario, and if you have a Skull Dragon in your hand, you can put the Skull Dragon into your hand, mill 3 from the drop zone, take 1 card to your hand. But you can do the same thing for Romario. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, good luck ending this. And then you go with Baskirk, you would Soul Blast that Skull Dragon, and then you could either call it out or call something else out instead. So you're kind of getting it's a workaround from getting Skull Dragon from your hand into your drop zone without actually calling it. It's essentially the same thing you would do for Cocytus, but you just put any grade 3 in your soul, which then means that, boom, you get to call already 3 for 1 counterblast and mill 4, but again, like early on in the game, that's fine. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do. Plus, I want to kind of go over Ben the Ghosty as well. He's a promo that is in the current promo pack that they're handing out at Locals, if your Locals does those for the tournaments that they hold. And Ben the Ghosty is an 8K grade 2. When put into the drop zone from your deck, Soul Blast 1 and call this unit to Rearguard Circle. Oh, water. When Ben the Ghosty is put in the drop zone from the deck, you can Soul Blast 1 and call this unit to Rearguard Circle. So that's good because especially if you are using Protect 2, you get the power on the Rearguard Circle, and then he also becomes a pretty good interceptor. So his power would be 13 on that Protect Circle, and his intercept would be 15. Oh my god, I'm just going to wait till he's done. Close enough. Okay, yeah, so Ben the Ghosty, it might be kind of neat to tech in. I don't know how valuable it would be, because right now we don't have a lot of ways to put, or really anything besides Danny Guy Mario putting cards into my soul. So, it might eat up too much soul. Also, I probably would run like maybe 1 or 2. Yeah, so I've only been talking about standard. Premium is a whole other thing that I just don't have the mental capacity to talk about right now, but that could be a separate video by itself. I'll probably pick out all the best cards for premium in my opinion and do a video on them. But yeah, also I'm going to throw up a picture of the SVR for Cocytus, and it's okay. Not a huge fan of the like gold trim on the back of it, on the background. I think it takes away, like it's too complex with the art versus the background, so he just kind of like blends in. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's great on any of them in particular, but I think the only one that can really pull it off is Maelstrom, which, by the way, the art on Maelstrom, oh, it's so good. I'm literally buying in every card or every set, every clan in this set I'm building. So it's fun. It's very fun. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave it here so I can stop dying and edit this. Oh man, I totally forgot about Greed Shade though. So I talked about Greed Shade in the last one, but actually, you know what? No, we'll save Greed Shade for kind of like the wrap up and the set review, I guess, for Granblue that brings me to the end of the video and plans for Rough Seas Report, because the set comes out in like 2 weeks or so, or pre-release, whatever. It comes out soon in Japan. So I'm going to be doing a video on the rest of the set. That's my next video. And then like all the commons and rares that are coming out. And then I'll do a video on everything that is within the set, kind of like a set review, and then maybe a few other videos and discussions on Granblue in this set. That's my plan. So make sure that you are subscribed and paying attention to when I put up a new video. I'm dying. Yes, so subscribe and like this video. Let me know your thoughts on all these cool cards. Do you think Cocytus is good? Do you think it's what the deck needed? Do you think it's just a better Baskirk? I mean, I really want to know what you guys are thinking. And I need to go. I need medicine. So I'll see you in the next video, and more play fights should be coming up. Hopefully I'm feeling better. But I'm just moving and now I'm sick, but I want to get those edited and put up. But yes, okay. I'll see you later. I don't remember how I ended it, but bye bye.